Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and today I'm continuing my reviews of Star Trek Strange New Worlds with the 10th and final episode of the series, New Life and New Civilizations. Season, not series. Though it actually does feel very much like a season finale. A series finale in how it was and is constructed. So basically, like I expected with episode, let me get it correct. Yeah, through the lens of time, episode 5, the Vesda escapes the Enterprise and that causes problems. It actually reconstructs Gamble's body and all that. And basically, we get some, some timey-wimey stuff going on. I don't know if it was in this episode or another episode where Pelly mentions that she traveled with a time-traveling doctor. If that's not in this episode, I don't know, but timey-wimey stuff is going on. Oh, by the way, I'm pretty sure that was a Doctor Who reference. But anyhow, timey-wimey stuff is going on because basically at the end of the episode, Batel becomes a statue that was on that planet in that prison because she always was. Effect is preceding cause. Like I said, timey-wimey stuff. And we still don't really know too much about the Vesda besides though some kind of ancient evil life form, and nearly every society has some form of, mythology regarding good versus evil, which is, I think, very much common and true. But I do find this episode interesting because it really doesn't tackle that beyond it exists. The press is also, Spock performs the mind meld with Kirk so they can perfectly pilot the Enterprise and the Farragut at the exact same time and fire it at the exact same time. Like I said. And then Batel also uses the power she's gaining as becoming basically the warden of that prison and having Illyrian, human, and Gorn DNA in her and other experimental medical treatments to create an illusion of her and Pike having a full and happy life together. And then Pike remembers that. I'm pretty sure Pike remembers that at the end of the episode. So that might be good for her to have those happy memories, but for him, it's like, maybe not as good. Like I said, we obviously knew that they wouldn't end up staying together because of Pike's accident, but at the same time, it did seem like, they were going to make it work somehow. Though Pike didn't know about the beep chill, I believe, or did he? He might have known about the beep chill. I don't remember. But like I said, this is an interesting episode because while I think it did bring the Vesda arc to a satisfying conclusion, one, it does not bring the Gorn arc to an end, which in all honesty, that won't end until the original series when you look at the established continuity of Star Trek. But at the same time, while it brings it to a satisfying end, that's only because it brings the story to an end and it wraps up kind of nicely. However, one, the concept of destiny and all that is not very much a thing in Star Trek. It just really isn't. This is not Star Wars where destiny is a thing. But at the same time, Star Trek has been going more into the timey-wimey stuff lately, so cause preceding effect and yada 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 is definitely a thing that's becoming more common in Star Trek. So there is that, but at the same time, it's like, they could have done so much more, I think, of saying something about the Vesda and the nature of good and evil, and there's like most stuff they could say, but they just didn't say it, and that's where this episode falls flat. But that's what I got to say. And next week, I'll hope to release my full-on review of Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and share. Also, consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest content. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you, always.